Barkley, 49 yards on the ground. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time, and that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching, and there's another 1st down run right there.
And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. It's Jaleel Adai who brings him down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Marvin Jones there to make the grab, and the Panthers have taken the lead. And oh, it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense.
Oh, that's me. That's me.
Following the botched PAT, they're set to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot. 2nd quarter now, Titans in possession of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
Come on, set. AT Gator. Set. You ain't going nowhere.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Minshew. They'll find Everett there, complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And Adams has it, complete. Touchdown, Titans. Davante Adams, 34 yards. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a... Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball.
Yeah, boy. That's our ball. Every time. Keep putting that ball.
All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On the run, it's Barkley. A first down there on a pickup of 25. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Lynch busting free, and now off to the races down the right side, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
From the gun, here's Watson. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Marvin Jones, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys are able to regain the lead. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They trail 20-13 our score as they have it 1st and 10. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else for the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
These 2 offenses have gone up and down the field so far in the first half. Finally, I say, here's a stop on 3rd down.
On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. Saquon Barkley deep to return. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards that time.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Faking the give. Now Watson rolling to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Bradley Chubb just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. 2 minutes even on the clock in the first half of Super Bowl 54. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
A lot of teams love to throw screen passes. They want to tire out defenses because they make them run a lot. But there are a lot of moving parts on a play for an offense when they call that one. Because you got the linemen that have to move. You have the wide receivers have to get out and vacate. You get the running back that's got to make a little fake and then get out into the route. And, of course, the quarterback, he's got to hold in there and know he's probably going to take a big hit before he lofts the screen off to the back. Why didn't he catch it? That's all he needed to do for them to be successful.
A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Watson. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther 1st down. To throw is Watson. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. First throw now for the backup Manning. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
So far, he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Ready, ready. 15-1. 51. Go. Go.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Fielded at the 20. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big...
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off of play action, it's Watson. And that is incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target. And it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Shoot, shoot, shoot.
On to the floor.
And 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Let's go.
Back to the air. Watson on second down. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Out of the gun, Watson. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 35. Now a first down throw. Watson escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
On second down now, it's Lynch, and he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. They run again on first down, Lynch. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll try the air now with Watson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the return will stop right around the 25. first possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Minshew, 1st and 10. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Deion Jones. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is will he be able to bounce back in the next one, because right now, this has not been his game.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun is Minshew. He's got Adams on the hookup. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. That's caught. It's Coleman.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that's complete to Adams. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Titan football here as they trail to begin the 4th quarter. Here's Minshew. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Gerald Everett there to make the grab.
Is under review.
Gano now to add the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high-percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll run it again with Barkley. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. It's a Carolina 1st down on a gain of 16. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Hey, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll run again with Lynch. Lynch busting free. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Back to throw, Watson. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 25-yard line. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Tyus Bowser with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. They'll look to throw. This goes to Mack on the check down. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Dumps this one off to Mack. And he'll go down at the 28. Very much in range for a tying field goal as they hurry to the line. He's back to throw. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Draw play, Madison. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. On 3rd down, a run by Mack. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And Gano's kick is right through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now it's Watson. Completes it to Fitzgerald. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Overtime in a playoff game, awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
Now this offense ready to head back out there. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll go again here with Matt. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now a first throw here in overtime. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Cleveland Farrell gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. First down, the run with Lynch. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, got to make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Saquon Barkley running right. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
They'll run with Barkley. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And down to the 16-yard line. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. A 10th carry of the game for Marshawn Lynch. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free.
And he's into the end zone. Move over, James White. You've got a new rival for best finish to a Super Bowl ever.
Y'all niggas might as well get used to this shit, man. Championship pedigree shit. Niggas brought me in their league and thought shit was gonna be sweet. Like I said, my camp over, man, not my camp. Me over all y'all niggas. I hope y'all hear this shit. I'm coming for all y'all niggas. Nah. Y'all niggas coming for me. Championship me. Saquon Barkley. Niggas can't stop this shit. Shit, pop shit, never gonna stop shit, man. Free my dog Rollo,
man. Do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way? Didn't have to face some adversity in the journey?